Hey, you guys. iDude here. Well, actually, we're not talking Apple. I don't need that hat. Today, we're talking Airsoft. Figured I would come on and show you guys a little bit of my UMP. It's a new gun. Don't know if I've showed you guys yet. But here we are. This is my custom UMP. When I bought it, came with the RIS system, full rail integrated. I added the, folding foregrip. Necessity, I think so. A gun being this short, it's nice to have real good pointability with it. I mean, even with everything folded up, it breaks down to quite a small gun. As you can see, it's my clan tag. I have VXX. It's on all of my guns. What I want to show you all the most, though, is, I'd say, under 150 bucks. Let's see here. Get that line up. Oh, there it is. See, I have green. It's also a red. Red tactical, green tactical. It's a nice one to have. This site I got at Sam's Commandos in Roseville on Gratiot, north of 696. It was about 40 bucks. It's not bad. Now, the lithium battery inside of here is an 850 lithium. I believe it's a 7.4. The reason you do that is you don't need to go all out and buy a separate motor. You could simply shim your motor a little bit better to handle the stiff output of a LiPo battery. Yeah, pretty much. I wanted to mount a light on here. Whole lot of bullshit. They're like 25 bucks for the little mount. I took some medical tape, took the rail system off. It's in a good spot. I mean, right from your foregrip, your thumb reaches right up to it. It's not bad. Also, get a good glimpse in there. Full metal hop-up, full metal guts. Everything inside of here is top-notch. Not going to break anytime soon on me. I did have to do a little bit of modifying to this back plate here. Let's see if we can get you to focus in on that. What we have in here now is not your standard tall-ass battery. Let's see if we can get a focus in on this. 850, 7.4. Yep, there we go. 7.4 LiPo. You may have to do some bending on the inside of your gun. I know I had to bend back some metal prongs that held the original stick battery in there to allow for the LiPo to fit. And I mean, as you can see, it still has its issues, but oh, there it goes. You just fiddle with it a little bit. You can get it to go all the way back in there. So, bend a few things. You may have to take out your gearbox. You pull this pin here. This lower half of your receiver hinges down. It hinges on these two clips right here, and that comes out really easy. Not a lot of mess. But that's the quickest way to get to those metal rods that are in there that are blocking you from getting your new, we'll say, advanced battery in. Because Lord knows I love this LiPo far, far more than any of the NiCad batteries I have. It kicks harder. Almost 2 weeks worth of battery on a full charge cycle. It's not bad. This gun itself, 150 bucks, well worth your money. It's a solid, it's an ABS design. This isn't your cheap plastic. Like, I have plenty of cheesy, cheap plastic guns. This gun is very heavy. It's well made. All the inside is steel. The outside is high quality ABS plastic. You're not going to mess this gun up if, say, you drop it on the field on accident, slips out of your hand. Even if you bang it into the wall. I don't know if you can see this, but I've banged the buttstock of my gun all the time into walls. Just bang, bang. It holds up fairly well. It doesn't break. It doesn't ding up. One thing I have noticed after a few months of playing with it is the patine will start to wear off. See how it's like a gray, and then down here is black. It's just the color wearing off. It's not even that bad. Now let's see if we can't give you guys a little rate of fire test here. Back to full auto. So, as you guys can see, a few upgrades. I'm only maybe 220 bucks into this gun. A few internal upgrades, a solid starting gun, and you can go almost anywhere. One other thing I want to show you before we wrap up this review is that a lot of people don't mention this. Let me take my sight off here. A lot of people don't mention this in their reviews. And I think that's a little cheesy. Because one of my favorite parts of this gun is this. See your notch sight? See your tactical sight. You have a CQB tactical sight now. I like that. Flip up sights. Also, if you notice, let's get a little focus going on. This bolt here, this adjusts spring height. There's also a bolt on the side of the receiver to adjust windage. These iron sights are 100% adjustable. You will never have to buy an aftermarket sight if you don't want to. Even on windy days, you can adjust it so that it's dead on. This is very handy. And I mean, that alone was enough to really convince me that this was a high quality gun. It was worth the money. There was a good thought process put into it. They didn't just clone a gun from G&G. They didn't just, take Tokyo Mori's design and run with it. That's not saying that that's always bad. I mean, they do produce good guns that way, but for all intents and purposes, I think that the lower receiver off of this is a far better design. It's more realistic. They're keeping it simple. It's the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. When you start to over-elaborate, how we're going to mount the motor, how the receiver is going to attach, how many bolts you have to take out to get your gearbox out, it starts to become a hassle. People don't want to deal with all of that. This gun, 2 pin, 1 pin. This pin here, this latch here. Gearbox comes out, this pin here, actual metal gearbox comes out. You swap your spring, say you want to go from CQB to field. You can go play in the woods. Take you about 20 minutes to swap your spring out. Little to no effort. It's a really good gun for its money. I decided to go with the tactical sight because the majority of my play is indoors. When you're playing indoors, sometimes, as you can see from my other videos, I wear a full face mask. It's hard to meet your face down to this cheek rest. So you're not really getting the line of sight that you need off of your sights. So you throw this little guy on there and it raises your cheek level up about 3 inches. Enough that your full face mask isn't hitting. It's not going to cause an obstruction. Just go ahead and twist this guy on here. And now I know there's probably a few of you at home going, "Oh, you idiot, you're taking your sight off. No, it's not going to be right." Alright, first off, unless you're buying a really cheap scope that adjusts from the base to adjust your aimage, you're not changing anything. These two change the position of the laser inside the scope, not the position of the scope on the gun. Taking the sight off isn't going to make a difference. Well, as we approach the 8-minute 50-second mark, I am going to have to cut this one a little bit short. This way, YouTube doesn't bust my balls for going over 10 minutes. They didn't let me post that last video, so. Anyway, Eastside Airsoft, Sam's Commandos on Roseville, on Gratiot, just north of 696 on the northbound side. Eastside Airsoft, southbound side, 1 driveway north of Sporty O'Toole's Bar, Warren, Michigan. Hopefully we'll see you guys out there on a Saturday. Come get shot up. See if we can get one more zoom. That's my gear. That's Commandos. We'll see you there.